Hi, my name is Lizzie Johnson. My first job was teaching after I graduated college in 1859. I owned cattle and had my own brand CY. I rode my cattle across the Chisholm Trail in 1873. I was the first woman to ride on the trail with my own brand. I was a good businesswoman and I made a lot of money selling my cows. My money would be worth around $3 million today. People even found hidden diamonds in my apartment after I died in 1924. In 2013, I was put in the Cowgirl Hall of Fame Museum. I was known as the Cattle Queen of Texas. When people told me I couldn't do something, I want to take no for an answer. I hope I inspired you to be independent and brave, just like me.
Hello, my name is Charles Umlauf. I am a sculptor. I was born in 1911 in Michigan and my parents were German immigrants. I became a sculptor when I was 11 years old. A teacher of mine saw I had talent and gave me a scholarship to the Art Institute of Chicago, where I finished college. After graduation, I moved to Texas and became a professor at the University of Texas in Austin. Fun fact, I taught Farrah Fawcett, the famous actor, how to sculpt. I usually make my sculptures out of bronze or copper and sometimes out of stone and clay, like this one. You can see my work all over Texas, and I have more sculptures in public spaces in Texas than any other sculptor. My wife Angie and I donated our backyard and our house and many of my sculptures to make the Umlauf Sculpture Garden. Even though I died in 1994 at 83 years old, you can still see my art all over the world.
Hi, I'm Bessie Coleman. I'm an American aviator and I was born in Atlanta, Texas. I'm famous for my many pilot skills, but I'm most famous for being the first black woman to earn a pilot's license. In 1920, I had to go to France to earn my pilot's license because none of the pilot schools in America would accept me because I was black. In 1921, I came back to America with my pilot's license and began to do shows. After that, I got in a bad plane crash that resulted in a few cracked ribs and a broken leg. But that didn't stop me. After that, I continued to do shows and speeches, but I refused to do them at places that were segregated. Throughout my life, I have continued to encourage black people and women to fly. I hope I've inspired you to not let anyone get in the way of your dreams.
Hello, my name is Julian Underdog. I was born in San Antonio, Texas on July 30th, 1882. In 1900, I was an art teacher, and in 1902, I moved to New York to study. I was always drawn to the beautiful landscapes and bluebonnets of Texas. My paintings were elected to the National Academy of Design. For the winter's exhibition. In 1917, I was elected to the Allied Artists of America. I died on October 27th, 1922, in San Antonio, Texas. I hope I have inspired you to see the beauty of natural landscapes and bluebonnets.
Hi, I'm Mary Kay Ash. I was born May 12, 1918, Hot Wells, Harris County, Texas, USA. As a young adult, I worked at Stanley Home Products, but I was so good with sales, I got hired away by another company, World Gifts. But I quit in the process after watching yet another man I had trained get promoted above me and earn a much higher salary than me. So I started my own successful cosmetics company. I help women have successful careers. I have encouraged women and given them new opportunities for their own personal and financial success. When I hired employees, whoever got the highest sales won a pink Cadillac. And for those who didn't get a Cadillac, I give them Diamond B pins, which keep the women striving to do their best. I hope I've inspired you to be empowered and to empower others.
Hola, my name is Chelo Silva, and I'm a singer of Mexican music. I'm known as the Texas Bolero Queen. My career spanned from the 1930s to the 1980s. Fun fact, I was one of the Mexican Americans responsible for making Mexican music popular in the U.S. I died of cancer on April 2nd, 1988 in Corpus Christi. In 2004, I was inducted into the Tejano Roots Hall of Fame. I hope I've inspired you to be brave, talented, and determined.
Once again, I was born on October 27th, 1806, in Bahar, New Spain, now known as San Antonio, Texas. From an early age, I was interested in civic life. I helped my mother run my father's post office. I became an alcalde. That's mayor in Latin American terms. I was frustrated that centralist Mexico wasn't helping develop Texas. So I joined my father's friend, Stephen F. Austin, to rebel against Mexican authorities. I survived the Battle of the Alamo and organized the only Tejano unit to fight in Battle of San Jacinto. That's when we won independence. I was the first Tejano senator and advocated for laws to be written in Spanish to help Tejanos out. I was pushed out due to Anglo racism. Into Mexico. Once in Mexico, I was given the option to either die in prison or fight for Santa Anna's forces. With my head hung low, I joined the Mexican army. I couldn't abandon my family. After I was released, I went to my father's ranch in Floresville, built a house, and became a judge. But I was pushed out again due to Anglos not trusting me because I had fought for Mexico's side. I was pushed into Nuevo Laredo, where my son was there, and lived out the rest of my days, across from my beloved Texas. I hope I inspires you. Fight for what you believe in, even if you aren't appreciated in your lifetime. Big actions we take today will always outlive us.
Hello, my name is Millie Hughes Pfeffer. I was the first woman NASA payload specialist. I was also an astronaut. I won a NASA ISS Discovery Award for my work on T-cells. I also won the NASA Spaceship Flight Medal for my flight. I went into space in June 1991 on the Spaceship Columbia. We orbited the Earth 146 times during 9 days. Most of my life I studied why T-cells go down when you go into space. I opened my own lab in San Francisco in 1991 after I got back from space. It was called the Hughes Fulford Lab. I worked in it for 30 years. I'd always dreamed of flying in space, and that came true. I hope I inspired you to be brave and reach your goals.
Hello, my name is Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. I fought in the Battle of the Alamo and won. I also massacred some of my enemies in the Goliad Massacre. And in the last battle of San Jacinto, I was found by a river and brought to Sam Houston, and then I signed a peace treaty at Velasco, Texas. I had to recognize Texas independence in exchange for my freedom. I fought with Spain against Mexican independence, and then I switched sides and helped Mexico win its independence. I hope I inspired you to fight for your country.
Hello, my name is Emma Tenayaka. I was an activist for equal pay for Hispanic workers. I was born in San Antonio, Texas on December 21st, 1916. The first ever strike I participated in was the Thick Cigar Strike. And at age 16, I was arrested. Though I am not remembered for my challenges, I am mostly remembered for leading the pecan sheller strike with more than 12,000 other people. I left Texas for San Francisco when, at a Communist Party meeting, I had to be ushered away from the auditorium through an underground tunnel to avoid protesters. I became a teacher in San Francisco. I hope I have inspired you to use your beautiful voice to speak up for what you believe is right.
Hello, my name is Clara Driscoll, and I was born on April 2nd of 1881. A few years after the Battle of the Alamo occurred, Texas wanted to tear the Alamo down because they wanted and needed the money. But my grandpa fought in the war, and I was from Texas, so I wasn't going to let this happen. I gave Texas the money they wanted and saved the Alamo from being torn down, which earned me the title, the Savior of the Alamo. My husband and I developed the Austin American Statesman, which is a newspaper. I died of cerebral hemorrhage on July 31st, 1945. I hope I inspired you to help others and to give back to your community.
Hi, my name is Mae Jemison. I was born in Decatur, Alabama on October 17, 1956. I was the first African American woman to go into space. It was a challenge for me to go up into space because I was afraid of heights. I went to space in the shuttle Endeavour in 1996. I began college at the age of 16 years old at Stanford University in California. I also appeared on the TV show Star Trek: The Next Generation in 1993. I was the first real-life astronaut to appear on the show. I hope that I have inspired you to not let fear stop you from doing the things you love.
Hello, my name is Angelina Eberly. I was born in Sumner County, Tennessee on July 2nd, 1798. I moved to New Orleans, Louisiana, and then Texas to run several different inns and taverns with my husband, Jonathan C. Payton, who died in 1834, and my second husband, Captain Jacob Eberly, who died in 1841. I continued to run a hotel on my own until I died August 15th, 1860. Some important people I hosted at my hotel were Texas presidents Mirabeau, Lamar, and Sam Houston. I'm best known for shooting a cannon at Texas Rangers who were trying to steal the Texas Constitution from the Austin Archives office and move it to Houston. I knew they were coming after overhearing a conversation in my inn, and I decided to defend Austin. Austin, and not Houston, is the state capital of Texas because of what I did during the Texas Archives War. I hope I've inspired you to do what you believe in and not to be afraid to take action.
Hello, I'm Robert Jordan. I was born February 21st, 1936. I unsuccessfully campaigned for a seat in the Texas State Senate twice. I got a seat in the Texas State Senate in 1966. I also got to be governor of Texas for a day. When I got older, I taught ethics at UT until about 3 years before my death. I hope I've inspired you to help people and do what you think is right.
Hi, my name is Stephen F. Austin. I was born and raised in Wythe County, Virginia. I was born on November 3rd, 1793. After college, my dad died. His final wish was to finish the settlement of Texas. After hard work on the settlement of Texas, I finally became in charge of the colony. I fought Mexican soldiers on the town of Gonzales. That was the start of the Battle of Gonzales. That was the first phase of the Texas Revolution. Me, Jim Bowie, and James Fannin were all named commander. Commander. Jim and Bowie and Fannin won the Battle of Concepcion. After that, I was no longer commander. I ran for president of the Republic of Texas, but lost to Sam Houston. Sam Houston appointed me to Secretary of State. Later then, I died on December 27th, 1836. I hope I inspired you to fight for your country and explore new places.